Right off the bat, I need to say that I am not a scientist or a doctor. What I am talking about is very personal. I have a professional um, background in um, um, mental health, but like I said, this is more personal than professional. What I'm saying is the real illness that I've lived with all my life is what I call the long-term reality illness. And the point of that is, although I've had other problems in my life, everything but the long-term reality illness has been hit and miss, or sometimes they were and sometimes they weren't problems with me. Like I said, the one consistent thing from out my life has been the inability to think long-term reality. And that is a very, very important reality, because without being able to think long-term, you can have the ability to think, or you're able to do things without any consequences, because you don't think of consequences, because you're not just living in the present. That's all the thing. That's all that you have in life is the present, and that's the key in terms of it is an illness, because the very point that I am completely convinced of is that I am no longer like that. And I can say without any no doctor has to verify that with me, that I don't have a part of my brain anymore. That's a fact of life. And I really do think the part of my brain that I don't have anymore, that had a part that also had this disease that limited me. And as far as I'm concerned, I probably was one of the more severe cases of the illness that I'm sure is reality for many people. That I wasn't just neglecting the long-term realities of life. I literally didn't have a clue about anything long-term. And for instance, in a very significant and very scary, for instance, is I almost died from a very serious suicide attempt. And really the most significant thing about that one was it was a suicide attempt with a bullet, and it went into my brain. And like I said, the most significant thing about that is something in my brain changed. Like I said, that's a fact. What that fact is, I need a research team to find out for sure, because like I said, I know what I know, and I hope other people will understand that it desperately needs to be researched, because with my background, both mental health and my background just briefly with electronics and everything about my life, I know that there's both the simplicity of life and a very complicated part of life. And just like the magnet is a very simple reality, and then in case you didn't know this, our life, our planet is a magnet. The North and South Pole are literally the two sides of the magnet. It's called the Earth. And just like the Earth, our brain has a very simple reality to it, and it does have a very complex reality to it as well. But I don't think we have any clue about the simplicity yet, and that's what I'm saying. It needs to be researched, and I'm willing to be the guinea pig, and I'm desperately needing a research project to get underway to find out if I'm correct and what I'm really thinking is correct.